Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how to make money on Instagram. If you're just getting started or if you're a seasoned business owner and you see all of these people making money on Instagram and you're like, hey man, what are they doing? How do they do it? In this video we're going to talk about how to make money on Instagram, and it's not what you think. Let's get into it. If you're like me, I used to wonder, how are these guys making money on Instagram? I couldn't figure it out, and it took me a long time, many years. I'd say at least 5 years. I have an ad account under Pathfinder Productions that had $11,000 or $12,000 in ad spend, and I never made a single dollar off of it. And you don't make money on Instagram from being an influencer. Potentially you can make some brand deals and stuff like that, but that never worked for me. Every time I got a brand deal, I remember I got a suit. Shout out to the suit shop, so check them out. But anyways, they sent me a suit and I got it tailored. I made a video for them, and I just was never good at taking the feedback. And so I gave them their first draft, and that's all I did. So brand deals was never really for me. And then the next thing is monetizing the views, right? I don't know, specifically on Instagram, they do not pay a lot for monetization, and you're watching this on YouTube. I am not even currently monetized on YouTube after, I think I started this channel in 2011, so views didn't work for me either. I couldn't get monetized for views. I think maybe the most I made on Instagram was like $60, and then something happened with my tax information. I never got the $60, so I didn't make money from that. I couldn't make money from brand deals. So I started thinking, how can I make money on Instagram? One thing that I always did well on Instagram was I always put out content. I was always building my personal brand. I was always just being visible for people to see. I never really expected them to give me any money just for me putting out content, but that was something I always did do really well. I was always putting out content, and that actually did get me some business. I actually made some money from Instagram by just putting out content, people knowing that I was the content guy. You might have a nail salon or a hair, maybe you cut hair, or maybe you have a mechanic shop. Whatever it is that your business is, put out content around it, because then people start to take that away and oh, this is the mechanic guy. Oh, this is the haircut guy. Oh, this is the nail salon. So if you continue to do that, the market starts to know that that's what you do, and that does generate some business. But that wasn't when I really started making the big money. How to make money on Instagram is running Instagram ads. You could do it on Meta too, Facebook, but I always liked Instagram. And I know what you're thinking, hey, maybe I tried to run some Instagram ads, maybe I boosted a post, maybe I did some things and I didn't really get any results. So I'm going to tell you how to actually make money on Instagram with Instagram ads. So the very first thing you need to do is craft an offer. I know we've talked about it a lot on this channel. Hermosi talks about it a lot, about a scalable front-end offer that's an irresistible offer, something that people feel stupid saying no to. So if we go back to our analogies we just said, so if you have a nail salon, maybe it's get 9 nails done for free if you pay for the 10th one or something, right? Something that's whoa, that sounds pretty cool. It feels silly saying no to it. But, I don't know your business, so you got to use your gears to think of something like that. Mechanic shop, right? Free oil change whenever you check your tire pressures or something, or free oil change when you come in for a checkup, something like that, right? And the goal is to Costco does it, loss leaders, lead magnets, people have different names for it, but you want to provide such a great service, such a great value to them that when they come through, you're able to capitalize on the back end by selling them a service or something that they need, right? So if they come to Costco for a hot dog, maybe they need paper towels, right? And so they make money off paper towels, not the hot dog. So that's what a scalable front-end irresistible offer is. So again, think about it, get your gears spinning for your business, but once you have that, the mechanics of it is actually really simple, right? If you're not a big to medium-sized business where you can afford to spend, I would honestly say conservatively, $10,000 a month. If you can't afford to spend that on marketing, then just go into your Facebook, go into your ads manager, and I personally like engagement ads, which are just messaging ads. If you're just getting started, messaging ads is the best. Just do that. You don't need a landing page. You need anything special. Is when people come through and they see your ad, let's say you have, back to the examples, if you have a nail salon, you're 9 free nails, you just pay for the 10th one, or a tire shop or a mechanic shop, free oil change with a checkup, whatever it is. Once you have that offer, just run an engagement ad to send you a message. What's going to happen is people are going to see this ad, right? Like, you don't need to do any crazy production. If it's a good enough offer, you can do it on a phone. Don't need any fancy editing, especially on TikTok, but we're talking about Instagram. And then what's going to happen is people will send you a message. They'll ask you a question. Hey, so how does this work, right? They're going to ask you questions. And if you don't have any fancy automations or anything set up, just start conversations. Business is done through relationships. Answer their questions, build a relationship, always ask questions back to them. So they might say, hey, my car's making a funny noise, right? What do you think? Then you would ask them back a question. It could be a number of things. When can you come by to the shop, right? You gear them to bring them in so that you could do business with them. Same with the nail shop, right? They'll ask you for, how does it work? Yeah, we just pay the rest of your nails. All you have to do is pay for your thumbnail or whatever, right? Or whatever stipulations. I'm just, spitballing here. But once you do that, you build the relationships and people start coming in. And if all you need to do is make enough money where you could have profit and cover your ad spend, and then it's off to the moon. Once you could do that, capacity for scaling is infinite. You basically have an unlimited money printer at that point. So that's how you make money with Instagram. It's not through brand deals. It's not through monetizing views. It's through providing service, a product, value to your consumer. Instagram is just a medium for you to show people what you offer so that they could take action for you. If you're guessing with trying to go viral, it makes it a lot more challenging. But if you can run ads to a scalable offer, that's the very first thing you need to know. All right, guys, if you got some value, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.